here, and this is a video on my new album, which is this guy. It is Sunset with Her is the name of the album. It's a trio album featuring mainly electric guitar, although I do play some jazz guitar stuff. It has fantastic musicians on it. It has Derek White on electric bass, fantastic bass player, and Conor Murray on drums, a wonderfully inventive drummer. It was recorded and produced by Mark Healy. He's a wonderful studio there over in West Dublin, and mastered by Fergal Davis, who did a great job. So this is it here, Sunset with Her it's called. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the tracks on it, you know, in the hope that just give you an idea of what the album is all about. The first one I'd like to talk about is Sunset with Her. That's the title track. I think it's track 4 on the album, right? And I kind of use the jazz minors, the melodic minor, I suppose you could call it, right? But what it does is I sort of take that scale and I make chords out of the scale, and I make melodies to go against these chords. So it's all in the melodic minor. So I use kind of chords like this, you know. All stuff like that, and then I make a little melody melody based on that kind of scale, you know. Oh, sorry. Oops. The tuning Nazis will be after me. It's all like a... So that's scale. So I based it, and I'll give you a listen to it now. So I think you can agree that that was quite haunting and sort of broody and dark, and that was I like the way that one turned out. Anyway, so that's Sunset with Her. The next one I'd like to talk about is The Big Man, right? And that kind of inspired the design of the album, you know. It was all those little boxes, kind of like Thomas Crown Affair or Mannix or something like that. And you can hear, I'll play it for you now. You can kind of hear that it's thematic. It's sort of wouldn't look out of place in a murder mystery thing from the 60s. Just kind of, I like the way that turned out. Use the back pickup, you know, like a... You know, which, you know, I'm trying to move away from normal jazz sounds on this, you know. So, although I still improvise, because that's a thematic one, I try and make the improv a bit thematic as well. So that's The Big Man, in 5 beats to the bar, by the way, as well. Okay, moving on to the next one. The next one is Lukewarm Blues. And this is an interesting one in that a blues normally, for those of you who play music, a blues normally has blues in C, let's say, your C would be your 1 chord, your F would be your 4 chord, and your G would be your 5 chord. And those who played blues would know how that all works and sits together. So what I did was I sort of treated it exactly like a blues, except I used a different chord for the 4 chord and a different chord for the 5 chord. I used an E for the 4 chord and A flat for the 5 chord. Now I know technically that doesn't make it a 4 and a 5. I don't want to get into the sort of the hair splitting things of music, but so basically that's what I did, and it became a sort of a weird, quirky thing. Anyway, have a listen to it here. There, right? Now, the other thing was, because I wanted to treat it as a blues, I hoped to kind of solo over it. So I kind of did a solo that I would imagine B.B. King doing over such a chord sequence. I would imagine B.B. King hasn't played over those kind of chords often. I don't know the person. I don't know. I didn't know him personally. I couldn't attest to that, but that was my thinking on that. Whether I did or not, who knows? Okay. The next one I'd like to talk about is Stell the Bell. That's another quirky one. It's quirky rhythmically, but it's also quirky melodically because I use the whole tone scale, which is a weird one. And those of you who don't know what the whole tone scale is, that's the sound in Stevie Wonder's intro to You Are the Sunshine of My Life. It kind of goes, that kind of sound. That's the whole tone scale. So I did that. Have a listen to it here. Again, on the back pickup, quirky sounding, so that's Stell the Bell. That's a weird one. Moving on now to Loretta. Loretta is one of 2 I did in this album on a normal jazz guitar, my jazz guitar. It's a straight as ahead, hard bop tune, plenty of changes, really nice sort of set of chords to get your teeth into. Original chords I haven't heard. I didn't sort of cop it off a different jazz standard or anything. I just put a set of chords together and put a melody. So I hope you like that one. It's Loretta, named after a fantastic girl. The last one is interesting. It's called May the Fourths Be With You, as in F-O-U-R-T-H-S. I know there's a lot of Star Wars jokes going around about May the 4th and all that. But this is a melody based on fourths. Fourths is an interval. It's like Here Comes the Bride. Right, so I did a melody. anyway, have a listen to it. Yeah, right? Now the thing about that solo is that I did the melody in fourths, and I found a sort of an interesting chord sequence that these melodies in fourths can sit on, but they're weird in that they don't really go together. They sort of work on this fourth idea, but once you know what I mean, and so kudos to me. I figured it all out, and then until it came time to solo over this, then you kind of go, you know. So this one, I struggle a little in the soloing of this, and I was really tempted not to include this, but then I just thought, you know, that the struggling of the solo is part of the story, so I kept it in. So anyway, that's my album. I hope you like it. There is a bonus track, and there's a sort of an alternate take of Lukewarm Blues. That's just a faster version of the blues number I discussed earlier. I'd like to thank Derek White, Conor Murray, Mark Healy, Fergal Davis for all their help. It's a wonderful album. The details of how to purchase this album shall be later on in the video, and should be also in the description. So I hope you like it. Do feel free to go and search it out and purchase it. I would really, really appreciate it. Take care.